Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Franchise Interviews, Asking the Entrepreneur Who Owns One. I'm your host, Marty McDermott, with my co-host, Don Johnson. And if you've ever dreamed about owning your own business, then this is a show to listen to. And today we're with Ken McEvoy, the founder of the Miami Rice Pudding Company franchise. And I think, Don, where we last left off, I wanted to ask Ken about that. Ken, what characteristics do you think make a successful entrepreneur?
Someone that's dedicated and believe in what they're doing. Also, there is some sacrifice in it, but if you believe in what you do and you're dedicated to it, you should be very successful. And like I said before, you can't always think inside the box. Sometimes you have to think outside the box and come up with that great concept or idea that'll work for you.
Sure, absolutely.
Someone has to really like what they're doing, and you're right, be dedicated. It's just going to make it more fun, and this way that's going to come out with their customers. It's going to.
There's a couple things like with our franchise system that entrepreneur liked. We have a declining royalty. So the more product you sell, of course, the less the royalty fee is. And then another thing we do too, if you're in a larger mall, we allow you to set up you could set up 2 locations, and it's only one franchise fee. We don't charge you a double franchise fee, and it's only considered one royalty. So
right.
They picked up on that, and they thought that was really good. That's in our our UFOC and everything. So.
I would agree. I could see you guys, Ken, in like a Mall of America. I don't know if you've ever been to the Mall of America, but
yes.
The biggest mall in the world. I could see, the 2 locations of the Miami Rice Pudding Company in a place like that. It's just so massive.
Exactly. Yep.
That's something.
And you talked about training a little bit. Maybe talk a little bit about the ongoing support after the training period.
Well, our ongoing support is what we do is, like I said, we keep our R&D lab. Every couple of weeks, our R&D lab will come up with a new flavor, and what we're going to do is that'll be sent out to, of course, our franchisees, and to make sure that they like the product. Some products are going to sell. Some of our, say, a key lime may sell really good down in Florida, may not be good out in the Midwest.
Right.
Because we have such a vast variety of flavors, our franchisees aren't required to have all 40 flavors. Now we're up to, so they might only want, say, 20 of the flavors, or keep that other flavor for a special occasion during the week or whatever. So they're not going to be required to handle all of those flavors, because we do. Our R&D lab comes up with some unbelievable flavors for us. Over the holidays, we had a candy cane and we had gingerbread, and it just went out the door. It was just
that's fantastic.
Wow. Yeah.
And Ken, I guess you really want your franchisees to be hands-on. It's not like someone can invest in a Miami Rice and have someone manage the place.
We would prefer the owner to be there, or to have someone who's ever going to operate it has to come to the training.
Right.
You can't just come to the training and then turn it over to someone else. We want you to be hands-on, because it is all about greeting the public and giving them a new taste of something. So and if you're the owner or the franchisee, you're going to do that.
Right.
I guess with so many flavors, can inventory get to be a little tough sometimes? That's no problem.
Because like I said, you're not required to carry them.
Right.
You're not. You're not required to carry them. Like I said, you can. There's an order sheet. What you do is you order 20 flavors.
Right.
And you get those 20 flavors. You don't have to order. Like I said, because some flavors may be better in the Midwest or down in Florida or in New Jersey than they are out in the Midwest or California. So you have those options to pick and choose.
Right. That's something.
I'm sorry, Marty. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Don. Good.
No, I was just going to say, you don't have to tell us, Ken, but what's your favorite flavor?
That was my question.
I'm going to tell you, it's pumpkin. I love pumpkin rice pudding.
Really?
I put it in. We have a little graham cracker crust with a little whipped cream on top, and it is unbelievable. That is my favorite.
My dad's a big rice pudding fan, so he's just going to be happy as heck once he sees all these different flavors and everything.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a Brooklyn boy, Ken.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you, what are the Miami Rice Pudding Company's plans for the future?
Well, we have a couple big things working right now. One of our franchise companies now going to be within the very near future signing an agreement, and we'll be international relatively soon.
That's great.
Which is really good. It came up. They actually flew in, came in, were there for a couple of days with us, had the product, loved the product, thought it would do very well overseas, internationally, and they're going to be putting. We're thinking right to start off. They're going to open 5 right away, and then they want to open at least 20 within the next year.
That's great.
How about any? You probably have been called already on this. If not, it's definitely going to happen. As far as co-branding, any co-branding plans?
Yes, we've had a lot of people call, and we've had some major manufacturers call wanting to put our product on the shelf, but we don't want to do that. We find that it's not fair to our franchisees to do that, and we can keep control over our product then. When you put it out on the shelf in the supermarket, I don't know, that's just not the way we want to go. We really want to stick with our franchisees and do it this way. Of course, you get a fresher product.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, how about being in a mall location? Would you ever give the franchisee a choice of doing a kiosk, or it only works with?
They have a choice. We have one of our new designs too is we're actually looking now to put in cafes, but we have a kiosk design, we have an inline store design, we have a 12-foot cart design. 2 of our kiosk designs, one's an 8 by 12 and the other one's 14 by 14. And then, like I said, we have the cafe design that we're doing. So they will have a choice on wherever they would like to be. They might want to put an actual inline sit-down cafe on one end of the mall and then, say, have a cart at the other end.
Right. And what's the total investment size range for people listening, really wanting to look at this a little closer?
Range anywhere from $70,000 to $165,000 if you're going with the cafe.
Right, including the franchise fee. And
that's everything.
Everything all billed out.
Turnkey operation.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Interesting, yeah.
Ken, what's the best way to get in touch with you if someone wants to become a Miami Rice Pudding Company franchisee or want more information? What should they do? Should they call you? Should they go to the website?
Call the 800, it's 866-6-EAT-RICE, or our website is www.miamiricepuddingco.com.
Okay, great. And we have links, too, on our show page as well, Ken, so
yes.
Our listening audience can actually just click and go to your website.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Ken, I'm confident you're going to have a lot of success. It's I think you're on to something.
We believe we are. We have a couple of them, signed now, and we're looking to be in some very trendy places, Rehoboth Beach, in Delaware. We're looking New Hope, Pennsylvania.
That's great.
Just the early feedback you're getting must really be nice for you and your wife. So
yeah, exactly. And we started this company, thinking of what I'm going to do when I retire, and
sure.
It just. It was very good. It's a great product. I'm real happy because people that some big publishers that have tried our product absolutely just gave us rave reviews on it. So we're happy.
And I was serious about that royalty and spokesman position. So once the company really starts taking off,
only if you wear the costume.
That's right. There you go. That's right, Don.
I'll do that. I used to own a food business. I used to own a Stewart's root beer. I got dressed up as a clown one day, so I got experience wearing.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Ken, I want to thank you for coming on the show today. I expect great things from you guys, and I think you're just going to be a very, very big franchise. So, again, we're going to have you back in the future.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for having me.
Thanks, Ken. You have a great day today.
Take care. You too.
Thanks, Ken.
Take care.
That was great, Don.
Yeah.
Great concept, I mean, I think, again, this is going to be one of the, another big franchise, But I was thinking, as Ken was talking, I said, he mentioned that you could have 2 in one mall. And I said, God, a place like the Mall of America, where our friends PB Loco are actually located,
right.
I mean, I can see that. I mean, very, very, I think they're going to be huge.
Yeah, I didn't realize it's such a worldwide product, and it seems like they really did their homework. So
they did, and I think that's the key to anything. I think the key, again, not to bring up PB Loco again, but they did their market research as well,
Right.
And everybody, I think for the most part, is kind of familiar with rice pudding. It's not like it's this brand new concept, but he was able to reinvent it, so you can say, So
make it fun. It's nutritional.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, if someone came up to you and said, would you like to try this? I mean, would you? I suspect most people wouldn't. What percentage, close and say, wow, that's really fantastic. I'm going to buy some of that, So I would definitely like to check them out, if I'm in the Livingston area. Or, he mentioned that I can see New Hope. I don't know if you've ever been to New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Yes, I have.
You have, okay.
Yeah.
I could see them in that kind of area as well, you know.
And it's for all ages. It can be like, my young twin, couple years old, could have it up into
your dad's age, right? I mean, think about it. I think your father's generation, because our dads are probably that same age bracket.
Right.
My father's a big fan of rice pudding, and and all different cultures as well. I didn't realize that. I wasn't sure if rice pudding was steered towards one particular culture, but as he said, it's all cultures: Italian, Irish, German, French. It doesn't matter. So
I was surprised by his answer, saying it's competition's ice cream. You think, wow, you could become a competitive ice cream. I mean, that's such a huge, big market, but sometimes people might not want ice cream all the time. This is an alternative,
Right, and I mean, look at the trends that are going on in the industry today. I mean, everything they're talking about, no trans fat, and, people, most of the population is overweight, so people are looking to, lose weight, and it's something that tastes really good too, so I really think he's onto something, really nice guy, it's, I'm going to be looking out for those guys, so.
So we have a little bit more time, right, Marty?
I think we got about maybe 30 seconds from what Paul's telling me. So I guess, in our next show, again, we're going to be meeting with Aristocare, Don, which is going to be a fantastic show. And then we have Michael Gerber in 2 weeks. Did you want to give that quick list, or like in 20 seconds, or you want to do that next week?
No, I think we'll wait till next week.
Okay.
I think I'm down to 15 seconds. I'm a fast talker, but not that fast.
Exactly. So I think what we'll do, Don, is I guess I'll see you next week.
Yeah, good.
And again, for our listeners today, if you want to hear the show from last week with Nancy Lennard, the franchise attorney, you can listen to the show in the audio archives. Again, the great thing about our show is you can listen to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It could be 3 a.m. or 10 a.m. So
definitely go to our show page. We've interviewed so many people in all different types of jobs within the franchise industry. So we got some nice interviews in our archives. Definitely go check that out, and we got some nice shows coming up.
Absolutely. And if you're listening for the first time, subscribe to our newsletter. I mean, it's very informative, and we have links to some of the interviews that we recently did, and a lot of great information. So keep subscribing to that, and go to franchiseinterviews.com, and I guess we'll see you next week, Don.
Definitely. Okay, Marty. Have a nice day.
Okay, you too, Don.
Good.
Talk to you next week. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye-bye.